Perfect. Hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending on the time zone. I'm Alex. I'll be the host here at Phoenix Holdings, and we have with us here tonight or today, depends on where you are, uh, Petoverse. Hope I didn't butcher the name from the start. And I think two of its representatives. So I'll give you guys the floor. Please introduce yourself and tell us a bit about how you started in crypto.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I'm Mike, CEO for Petoverse. Um, we're creating a pretty good team here and developing a fantastic game. Uh, Pretty excited about the future of this. My previous experience in crypto, I've been around for a few years now. Um, really getting interested in different aspects of investing, but I've really been into marketing most of the time, which we can get into later in the project. Our team has come up with a pretty good, marketing strategy, and we've brought together a pretty good set of funds out of our own pocket to sustain that or pre-launch and in through post-launch as well. So that's a little bit about me. What about you, DJ Andy?
Hey, let's go. Welcome, everyone. Just want to thank you all for joining this AMA today. Yeah, it's just been an incredible experience, as Mike saying. We've got an amazing team. The project, the materials, it just speaks for itself, and it just shows how far that we are wanting to bring this project out into this space. Just to give you a wee brief summary of myself, I've roughly been in this crypto space for over a year now. I've been in various projects as admin and modding, and I've been through the ups and downs in the space, and we're just I know there's a lot of projects out there that are tarnished in the BSCC space. We're sick of all the rug pulls and scams out there, but we're here to show you that we have a long-term vision here, and we've got the funds here available to market this out and take it to high lengths. And so we're just going to go over our project today and briefly give you a summary of all our tokenomics, our website, the amazing plans that we have within game development as well.
Yeah, I'd like to
Mike.
add that I'm a little fresher to the crypto, or not crypto, the BSC space, and I came into it, and like DJ Andy was saying, there's just so many scams out there that it's wonderful to be create a team and bring this to the space, because I mean it is a good blockchain. It's just this, the scams in the space are ridiculous. So, to be able to bring a legitimate project and kind of be a new wave of credibility for the BSC chain is pretty good, man.
Okay, so we start off on the right foot. You guys have experience. You know what BSC is all about. Unfortunately, actually, it's very unfortunate that I say this, but um, the amount of scams that I've seen over the past 2 years since I started to trade on the degen on the degen side, the amount of drugs that I've seen on BSC is like the highest. I mean, of course, it has the highest volume, so what can we expect in the end? But in my defense, I think me starting off with the rug was the best thing that ever happened. At
Yeah,
least from my
sure,
side.
sure.
That's
I
always
think everybody has
there.
that
You go.
story.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
we've
Pretty
been
much. Yeah. Sorry for stepping in. I was saying pretty much, if not from the beginning, at some point, everybody figured or encountered a token that rugged and promised. We're still here. We're still here until they weren't. So yeah, it is what it is. You guys plan to change that. Interesting fact. Actually, don't let me start the Petoverse discussion. Why don't you guys start it and tell us? We figured you have the experience. You know what the BSC space is all about. You kind of took the proper approach on in terms of the project, because if you know what went wrong, you definitely know how to make yours go. Within the long term. So tell us, what is Petoverse? What's the project? And first of all, how'd you come up with the idea for it?
Yeah, so like you said, it's a journey. Everybody goes through the BSC learning curve, and finds out that one of the reasons, like you said, everybody's into this space because of the volume, the the sheer amount of money. I mean, you could be up one day, the next day you get rugged if you just make one mistake. So it's completely understandable for people to be skeptical in this space. Going off that, I just want to say that we brought together a pretty good team here, to a development team. This is a project we're trying to gain investors for. We'll go into the fair launch pre-sale and the reasons we're doing that later. But you know, our team is just full of people who are very good at developing games, coming up with good ideas for games, things like that, marketing, everything. I mean, we have a little bit of everything in our team. And what we've really aimed to create is an MMORPG. For anybody here who doesn't know, that's a massive multiplayer online role play game, which is kind of like, similar to something like Roblox or something like that. I'm just trying to explain this for people who may not be aware of what that is. I'm sure everybody here knows a little bit about something. Uh, we're aiming to release that game next month, and really what it is it's a development process. We're going through the game and trying to get investors behind us to push that game forward. Um, we came up with the Petoverse, as I mean, the multiverse is just blowing up. So to really aim for that goal of our end game of the VR launch is, really, if you look at the roadmap, we go through the launch of the token to the beta release to the Peto Gem, which is our governance token that you can use in the game, to the alpha release, then multiplayer mode, and final metaverse release, which is in VR, and you can interact with different players throughout the space. So really, I mean, that in itself to me is just such an interesting concept, where you can connect with people, just like Telegram, has gotten really popular, where you can connect with people all over the world. It's the same thing within the metaverse. And then, I mean, you just have endless possibilities from there, whether it be from marketing from large companies within the game, to players winning rewards, to people just having an overall good time. So that's really attracted us to it. And you know there's a lot of games out there and tokens that are Floki based and stuff like that. And really, when you get down to it, I mean, pets is just it's a great idea. It's formed off of pets. So I believe we have, I think it's like a dog character, rabbit character, just different pets. And it's really a cool concept that we really took a shine to. I don't know if Andy, if you want to expand upon that.
Yeah, exactly. Referring to what Mike was saying about the pets, it's all about following the trend in this space, and that's what people tend to look out for, and that's what people invest in within this space. And once we go further into our development for the game, and once our game is released on PC and Android through the Play Store and iPhone devices as well, that'll encourage kids to play it, and we want to create a game that's going to be really, really exciting for people to play, and it's going to keep them. It's going to basically make them spread out the word and pass it to their friends, their family, and before you know it, it'll just explode. And that's our main goal. And not to forget, we're wanting to go down the VR route, and it really is the future of today, VR and the metaverse as well. We're aiming to become like the next sandbox, and it's it's just a team that we have behind us that is going to take us to that level. And I definitely see the future plans that we have here. If you look at our white paper, we've just got so much ahead, and our and throughout our phases, throughout the roadmap, there's just so much ahead. So, guys, that once we launch, don't think that this is the end, because we've got a lot more upcoming.
Yeah, and so many innovative concepts included in the roadmap. Anybody can go and check it out. It's the links up on our website, or you can go into our TG and get a hold of it there. But really, when I want to shed light to when people think about concept development. As you know, I mean, that's in phase one of our roadmap. Particularly what you're asking us now is how did we come up with the concept. um, a lot of people, I get the feeling from talking to them in different chat rooms that they think like, like one person came up with the idea in their basement. That's not the case here. We have a large team, and we have our own TG chat where we sit around and kick around ideas, and this really is what everybody agreed upon. So I hope that answers your
Quite.
question.
Oh, you kind of answered a lot of my questions. Not all of them. I'm not gonna take it easy upon you guys. Quite some details to cover for sure. What I love, and this is just, I mean, I wanted to kind of put this out there. The reason why I didn't interrupt you guys while you were talking is because I like to leave people to expand and um, you know present their emotions. I feel that you guys put a lot of effort into this, and I wouldn't want to step in halfway through your presentation and go like, okay, so tell me about the tokenomics and what the roadmap and so on and so forth. So I'll leave you guys whenever you have the long comments. I'm still here, even though I'm not saying anything, but I just I appreciate the passion that you guys talk with towards us. So that's why basically. Now, since you mentioned, because there are so many features that we're gonna approach throughout this AMA, you guys mentioned your roadmap. And if you again, I could always go on the website, take a look at the roadmap, read it, and be done with it, let's say. I want to hear from you guys. Where are you right now within your whole roadmap? What phase are you in, and what can we expect within the short term? And the reason why I'm asking this is because your roadmap is not a typical phase one, do this, do that, phase two, do this, do that, and so on and so forth. You got several achievements, or things that you are looking to achieve on there. And I want a bit more knowledge into that, a bit more expansion from your side.
Yeah, Andy, if you could touch on that, I'm hoping. Am I going to be blocked from posting a link in your chat, or I'll try to post the roadmap in your actual chat?
Yeah, so as in terms of like the roadmap and phases, so if you refer to it on our website, it just once we get through the our deployment of the actual project itself, the team we have the fundings available to develop. So we've got the final development of the game, the NFTs, we've got the alpha release. I think what you're referring to is timing, basically, and it's pretty hard in this space to basically give a time scale. But if you look at what we've got in place so far before launching, it just shows how many people will be investing into our project. So it's all about our expansion and marketing that we'll have in place that will drive us to develop further. So the more investors we get and the further we spread this out with our marketing, the faster we'll be able to get this development done within the project. Mike, do you want to add to that?
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And touching on your question, we are in phase one, and we're knocking them down pretty quick here. We came up with concept development. Our contract's tight. We're double audited, um, double KYC'd. Like the website's been released, all the links work, it's been gone over and over and over again to perfect it, and I'm sure we'll still find something to nitpick over here in the future. So the press releases come out, a lot of good projects go that route. And our marketing has been kicking off hardcore, uh, whether it be through the ads we put out there, the multiple YouTubers we've worked with, has just been really awesome. And I encourage anybody listening while they're doing their research to get in our chat and join our news and resources channel, and you can go through there and you can literally see the insane number of YouTubers and AMAs that we've already done before launch, which, a lot of projects they don't have, which I really, I'm not trying to compare us to other projects. But as we were speaking earlier, we were talking about all the scams out there. And, a lot of those are flight by night. Like you said, the Deegan plays where they'll hop up and it's like, okay, this one's going to pop off. And people like either one or two people might make a little cash off of it, but the rest get screwed. uh but yeah, if you go and check out everything that we've put into this project from our own pocket thus far, has been just amazing. So, you know going forward on the roadmap, I did post it in your group. Everybody can go and take a look at it, but I mean, we've followed through with everything thus far, and we want to keep the game going, and we want to keep being able to develop it, and that's one of the reasons why we chose to do a fair launch. They've been really popular amongst very good projects lately, and I really think it kind of just gives a boost to our legitimacy on top of everything I've listed thus far. And I didn't even mention yet that if you go, we're doxed. You can check it out on our website. Our whole team's right there. So, you can see a face with the person you're interacting with in our TG. And we're also, expanded to, we have Discord, Instagram, our YouTube channel. I mean, we've really taken it to the limit with the socials and, and everything. It's hard to actually keep track of them. We got the Twitter going on too. So, yeah, I hope that helps you in your question.
Definitely, definitely. What can I say? You kind of covered a follow-up question that I had. I'm always interested in knowing, let's say, the connection between the team members, which is what I wanted to ask. How many members? But going through a website, I saw we're looking at 10 members, if I'm not mistaken, at least the ones that are listed there. Socials, everything's out there. I'll cover some of the things you mentioned. Uh, you guys are KYC'd, all of you, and then you have an audit for the token as well. How did that go for the audit itself? Was there anything, and I reckon maybe there was any recommendation that the auditor actually suggested to make? What was the score? Did it all go fluid?
Yeah, I'm pulling up the details right now. But we passed with flying colors. They did come back with some suggestions, and we took care of all of them. Um, there was just some minor things that they had issues with the contract. We went over them, tested them out, and like I said, we passed with flying colors. Some people who are not familiar to the crypto space come into the TG and say, some, well, it says some risk. Well, that's like the lowest thing that they can have on their audit. We passed everything, low risk, and it's like, well, how come it's no risk? Well, there's no such thing as no risk in crypto. I mean, come on. Not
Exactly.
that we're going to rug you or anything, but it's just like, come on. Like, if you're not a smart investor, or you don't, I mean, there's just no such thing as no risk in investing, and that's, it all depends on how you handle yourself. If you don't mind, I mean, I can forward this as well to your group, and they can have a look at it.
I think I kind of beat you to it. I kind of listed the audit right now. I was taking a look at it. But you
Yeah,
can do. I
yeah.
mean,
I have so many pages open at once that it's hard to keep track.
no, no worries, no worries. I tend to first check some things, and again, don't. I mean, I haven't read the audit entirely. I rarely do that. I think I did it just once. The reason why I said for sure there will be some things that the auditors will recommend to, let's say, maybe change. This is normal. There is no such token in which the auditor came back and said 100%. No such thing.
Oh, you
because
have
the
to understand that they're
contracts.
investors themselves. So I mean, they're literally combing it. Like that's their job to comb through it with a fine tooth comb. I guess you could say, and their job literally is to, you know, better your project. Especially, I mean, if you're a legit project, they want to help you become the most legit project that they can. That's their job. So like I said, they came back with some stuff. We fixed it up for them and passed with flying colors. So
Yeah, yeah, and my point was exactly on the reason why the auditors came back, or they tend to come back with the let's say recommendations, is because they don't encourage normal things for me, like the owner can manipulate the taxes. Well, I mean, yeah, of course he can, because what if at some point, let's use you for example as the project. Petoverse says, listen, from 5th of May to 7th of May, we're gonna have 20% to sell, but then 0% buy. So there you go, buying competition, biggest buy wins whatever NFTs or stuff like that. So you need to have that, but the auditors, they're not really encouraging it. But in my opinion, this and the minting function, and you guys know what I'm talking about, because back back in the day, like a year and a half ago, the tokens were being failed from the audits because they had minting function in it. But again, it was a different function. It was not the minting that we know today, so on and so forth. So I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
yeah, for sure. And then as projects progressed and new ideas happened and people came up with different ideas for projects, I mean, we have a couple, pretty good uh, ideas in our project that are, we came up with, nobody else is doing. And I mean, we know that there's several rugs that happen with APY themed projects, but people might find it biased to keep away from rebased projects. But this is not our only feature, is what I'm getting at. The game is the main focus. Other projects are just, they don't have much marketing. They feel spammy, scammy, and stuff like that. And they people they still go out and invest in projects without doing research, or without like checking out the audit. And not that you have to read the whole thing, but I think when you do your own research and you gather little bits of information from each piece, whether it be, we have two KYCs, we're double audited, um, we're fully doxed, uh, we have a legitimate professional looking website, um, all the other features that we have locked into the game, the contest what we have going on, the money we ourselves have put into this. Marketing isn't free, it really speaks volumes, and stands aside from other projects that may have given the BSC a bad name.
Exactly, aye. And just to add to that, it's just we've got so many different types of investors in this space. You'll get people that will just blind FOMO, or people that will really research into the development, the team, and make sure it's audited and doxed. And you will get investors that are maybe more into the game and not interested in the game. And if you're not interested in the game at all, we've got so many features within this project as well, such as the auto staking and compounding. So it's just a variation of what type of investors that will draw in. But the fact that we have all this marketing ahead uh, now and after launch as well will just show how bullish this project really will be.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really fun for investors, but in the same time, we want investors, which is why we're doing the fair launch. We want people who come into the project, invest in a game, invest in the team, and really not only have fun doing it, but make some bucks as well.
Yeah, definitely. You guys make some cool points there. Yeah, can't even argue with anything that you said so far. Um, in regards, because typically right now, I would say let's discuss a bit about the tokenomics, and then I have maybe another question to follow up. Let's actually dive into what I think everybody here wants to know. What is Petoverse exactly? Because we were talking about, okay, the game itself and the APY and so on and so forth. But let's dig strictly into those crazy features that you guys bring to the table. Um, who wants to expand on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an auto staking, auto compounding protocol. We have a pretty big number up front that kind of blows some people's hair back at first, which is 2,087,120.5% APY. But if you think about it as far as sustainability, people are like, how is that sustainable? You know, well, that's given not only through the different features of our product, but if you break it down, our compounding happens every 15 minutes at 0.02%, which comes out to 2.76% daily. So that's not an unreasonable number to, set up a system of checks and balances that actually takes care of that. So it's compounding interest, meaning your principal grows, you earning interest on your growing principal. Um, Now, a lot of people have come to us and said, well, this is going to inflate the token, right? Well, that's why we have, like I said, a system of checks and balances. We have the Inferno wallet, where 8% tax on every transaction is going to deflate that interest that grew, right? And kind of like keep it in check. So the not and I mean there's 3% to LP on every transaction as well. So I mean you're talking about 11% that goes back to the community. And talking a little more about the Inferno wallet, when that's a dead wallet. We don't have access to that wallet whatsoever, which is kind of interesting because a lot of projects that burn stuff, I mean, they have access to that wallet. So is it really a burn wallet? Um, and what I'd also like to say is while it is in the burn wallet, it is also staking and compounding, which means more burn. So it's burn on top of burn while people are earning interest. Um, Andy, do you want to kind of go over maybe the insurance fund or game treasury or liquidity engine? And
Yeah, so
give
we've
a little better idea of some of the more features we have going.
Yeah, so we've also got the Petoverse auto liquidity engine. So that buys BNB and injects into the liquidity every 48 hours. And as Mike was referring to before, the other features we've got is Infernal Pet, which is a dead wallet, and the team don't have access to that at all. There's many other projects that don't have dead wallets, and you know what happens to those projects. So, and we've also got the PO Insurance Fund and the Infernal Pit and Game Treasury. And if you look into our taxes for the buy and sell, so it's 16% for the buy and 18% for the sell. Now, a lot of people might argue that that is quite high for taxing, but it just shows if you look at the breakdown of the tokenomics for it, it's all basically distributed back to the community, and we're wanting to make this a long-term project. So in order to sustain that, that's why we have a wee bit of a higher slippage, but that's our main goal, is to have long-term holders within this project.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go into the PETO insurance fund, we call it PIF, a little bit more. That's 3% of all fees, and that kind of backs the interest. So, it keeps token stability as we want to make sure that everybody gets their interest and it keeps compounding. We're looking for long-term investors here. We also have the game treasury, as I believe Andy mentioned, where it's 2% buy, 4% sell tax that goes into it. And that kind of creates a floor for the token. I mean, it just really backs everything up. And that can be used for anything from stabilizing the price or, towards product services, development in the future. And to give you a little rundown of the PAL, we call it, is the Petoverse auto liquidity engine, where every 48 hours, so you have these pairs in the space. So this is our Peto and BNB pair. This money goes into the auto liquidity engine, and then 50% of that every 48 hours is used to buy Peto, and 50% is used to buy B&B, and is injected uh, for both sides of the pair, and it's going to keep the slippage low the entire time. So you're always insured the best price when you buy. So these are kind of the systems of, like I said, the systems of checks and balances that we have in place, so that where not only you're earning your interest, but it is also in check. So the token's not just getting drowned out by inflation.
Yeah, another thing to
Okay.
add to that is we'll have if you go to our website, we've got a dashboard in place as well, which calculates the APY, and it's just a really clear look and solid bold look for you guys to look into. So when once you buy in, it's got everything. It's got the PO price, the market value of the treasury, the pool value, the PO fund insurance, everything is listed there for you guys. So once you buy in, you'll be able to connect your wallet and see what's what.
Yeah, and the true long term investors that we're going to attract are, really into watching this kind of stuff. Those are the people we want to understand the project, understand what's happening, not only with the project, but with the project in relation to their money, and to really get them behind us on our game development. I mean, that's the big thing here. That's our main takeaway. We want to put the development into this game, not only to bring it to its conclusion of being in the metaverse with, multiplayer gaming in VR, but to also sustain the team as a whole, as this group that came together for the creation of projects in the future. I mean, if we gain long-term investors that come in here, see this beautiful layout we have, like on the dashboard, and see where their money's going. And, you have the account calculator. You can buy Peto on right on there. All your documents, the marketplace, everything's in one spot. So I don't think we're going to have any problem, getting some long-term investors that want to see an awesome game come out. And I think we've put out some really good development so far to prove that we have the team behind us to get it done.
You know what? I think so. So far, I'm impressed, and let me be upfront. Not because of the huge APY. That's not the thing that dazzled me the most. The thing, and I've seen some of the features I've seen. The thing is, I haven't seen them combined. Um, the Inferno Pit, I've seen this. Oh, that was so. I think it was 8 or 9 months ago when a project tried this. Um, it failed. I don't know why. I'm not a developer, so I have no idea. And then the game treasury, because of course we're talking about a game. This is probably something more common, but to combine this with the pit, and then the insurance fund and the auto staking, I mean, yeah, you kind of have something that it hasn't been done, at least not from my perspective. Everybody here, you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I haven't seen it so far, not in this combination. So definitely, you have a huge demand for this off the start. Typically, as with all projects, there will be competition, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are not trying to game monopoly or just trying to coexist, but bring this throughout your different stages from the roadmap, and constantly develop and so on and so forth. So that's my 2 cents on it so far. Very well thought, and a kind of a unique outside of the box thinking in combining so many features at once.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they kind of work together to create, stabilization in the coin and the coin price, and the development for the game. So I mean, you really put it all together, and it makes sense. So what we also wanted to do was get away from whitelisting and people, getting in super cheap and then dumping, and stuff like that, which is why we're doing a fair launch pre-sale. Anybody's welcome to come in. It's going to be a 4-day event, from the 25th through the 29th. So it'll be April 25th at 15 UTC, through April 29th at 18 UTC. And that's when investors can come in and, I mean, invest as much as they want in the project. And that's going to be a soft cap of 50 B&B, which I don't think is going to be any problem to raise since we have such an amazing project going here. And 51% of that goes into liquidity, and that's locked for 10 years. I mean, we're betting on ourselves here. We're doing a great job. I love everything we've come up with so far, and I think it's really going to work well.
I think so as well. In regards to the soft cap, yeah, 50 BNB. I mean, come to think of it, that's basically what people do in the private sales. That's what where they start off from. And yeah, since we're here, did you guys do any type of private sale or angels? I don't know, seed round, something?
No, absolutely not. There's no private sale. There's no team tokens. There's no vesting. Straight up fair launch pre-sale. People can come in and just invest in the project and really get behind our team.
Yeah, we just wanted to make this as fair as possible for the whole community and be as transparent as we can to the community. And what that does, it gains trust, and it shows people that that the team are here to help you guys and stay here along the way with the development. We're not here to pump and dump. We're not here to get two X jitters within this project. It is long term, and that's why we're we're double doxed as well. It's everything combined together that we have in place for the launch is for you guys as a community as a whole. And the more people that we get together, that it'll bring us to even bigger highs, and it'll spread the word out within this space. We want this project to be the next sandbox within the metaverse. We're not just here short term, and that's why we're being as transparent as possible.
And I for sure, man. I just got to say though, when he says as transparent as possible, what we mean by that is there are surprises in the future that are going to lead to not only price spikes, but along with that, like more investors coming in, and we just have these surprises for the community that we have to keep close to the chest. So
Yeah, we've got celebrities getting involved. There's just a lot more marketing plans that we're keeping a wee bit hush right now, but yeah, there's huge things ahead, guys. So
we can't let out all the secrets.
yeah,
Yeah, as far as the spikes go, I'll be fairly honest with you, and I'm not just saying this because I'm hosting you guys and because I like the project. Whoever traded at least once, any chain, you name it, Solana, Avalanche, Polygon, doesn't matter, especially BSC, knows that spikes are part of the chart. I mean, there's no token that went strictly up, 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 and never went down. There are, unfortunately, many of them who went down and never recovered. But I think that's when the marketing should hit, uh, at least for them. While from the discussion that we had so far, you guys are pretty confident that your marketing, your way of marketing your product, is going to be successful. And of course, I understand that it's only normal. But I need to ask as many details as you can because marketing is kind of a sensitive subject, and I understand you cannot let it all out. It only makes sense not to do so. But yeah, feed my curiosity. What can you tell me in regards to the marketing? Um, yeah, how are you gonna approach that? As much as you can, of course. Don't get into too many details.
I won't get into too many details, but let me start with what we've done so far. So up to this point, like I've mentioned earlier, several YouTube influencers, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, PooCoin, BSC Scan, Dex Tool ads. I mean, we've had them all. They're here and there, but this is coming out of our own pocket, guys. And we have a hard shilling team that's working 24/7. Okay. A different team that we've hired that goes out there and just shills 24/7. Several AMAs so far. I think we've done what, five, or this might be number five. I'm losing count. We have several more lined up. The call channels, calls, upcoming celebrities. We're going to do a huge push after launch. Okay. We're talking, that's when we go from the here and there to the in your face. Okay. We're going high budget YouTube ads, high budget Facebook ads, high budget Instagram ads, Twitter, high budget Google search ads. Okay. That's something you don't see from a lot of crypto, really good crypto projects. I mean, we're going on to Google, high budget Dex tool ads, BSC scan ads, all high budget, PooCoin ads, high budget. We're going to be there. You're going to see us everywhere. Okay. And we're going to be trending everywhere as well. Okay. Twitter, CG, CMC, um, massive DM, Telegram, and Discord. We're going to be DMing people, getting the plug in their ear. I don't know how many times, I've got a DM and says, "Hey, check this project out." I'll go and research it for sure. And people come and see what we've done thus far, and we're bound to gain more investors. We're doing the ever popular New York City billboard coming up. Rappers, celebrity, crypto influencer calls. I mean, collaborations with YouTubers. We're even doing, the Trust Wallet logo, AVE trending, Chinese CMC, Certic audit. That's all on the board. So, I mean, we have a phenomenal marketing team, and it is all lined up for the investors and for the project to bring more investors in to really push this game forward. I mean, you're going to sum up the post-launch marketing. We're not just aiming for pre-sale. There's so many rug pulls, especially with the rebase projects. And really, I like to point out that we are a positive rebase project. Okay. When we say a rebased event, that's every 15 minutes, you are gaining interest. Okay. Um, Most of those rebase projects before us have failed, and we're just here every day, just challenging the future, you know.
Definitely. Yeah. As far as marketing goes, and yeah, this is just my opinion. Everybody's free to do their own research, and definitely if you like what you see, step into their socials and pretty much check it out. Ask more questions if whatever we did so far and what we're gonna continue to do is not enough for you guys. But what I see so far is, you guys pretty much covered, and I think you exhausted every option as far as the preparation for the fair launch goes. You cannot do more than that. And I know sometimes people say, okay, so they did AMAs and they did calls and so on and so forth. In terms of before you launch a token, there isn't much that you can do. You develop your own, let's say, utility and socials. You show them out there. Then you collaborate with people such as this AMA and many others that went by and many others that will appear. And the call channels. Yeah, what's the best way to kind of get your name out there from one channel to the other and so on and so forth. That's what the community of crypto does. So I think you guys have gone the proper way, at least from my perspective. um, let's see, would you be willing to answer some of the questions from the community as well? In the meantime, we can diversify a bit with some questions from the other guys so that I don't bore you guys to death.
Sure, no problem, man. We're
Go for
always
it.
happy to answer questions. And if somebody doesn't get their question answered here, feel free to drop in at any one of our socials. I'd say the most popular ones are TG and Discord right now. And you can get your questions answered there. We have a pretty large team of people dedicated to this project who are really, they're not only investors themselves, but they're part of the team and really getting this thing ready to fly. Like you said, we've really done. We've pulled out of our own pockets for to because we believe in ourselves to push this project forward, and we've done all the ads that we can and everything we can to draw investors. And once we get this baseline of investors involved in the project and we push the game development further, well, that not only with our huge marketing push combined with our development, that's what's really going to bring the mass investors in when you're going to start seeing 50,000, 100,000 holders, even going beyond that. So I just wanted to put that out there, and you're more than welcome to ask some questions.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks for that. I hope everybody was paying attention to this comment. Let's start with the cute, easy one. Abdul Rahim would like to know what kind of NFTs will you guys bring? Like, will you have a variety of them, different categories, so on and so forth? And which category will be required for him, for example, to start the game?
So basically, you can get into the game. I can't give too much away about the game just yet because we're still in development. So I don't want to make any promises that I can't follow through with, because it's a growing process. It's the literally named development. You look at I mean, just go look up the definition of development. We're here creating something. So through that creation process, we're always going to be working through something. What I can tell you though is, as far as NFTs, we have NFT fragments within the game where you can personalize your character within the game, um,
To
to
mix and
I
match.
mean, it's going to be personalized. So what's that?
Yeah, just what to add in, so you can mix and match the NFTs and give a flair to your costume within the Petoverse, and it'll also be an income for you. So you can buy and sell them for potential profits and earn even more for yourself. And as you were referring to before, it'll come in fragments. So there's six, and then a set of 15, and a total supply will have of 9,000.
Okay. Okay. This definitely answers, I think, Rahim's question, but mine as well, because I wanted to cover a bit about the NFTs as well. So thanks for the addition and the answer itself, Mike. There's another one, and this I think appeals to mostly to the beginners in crypto, but to pretty much to everybody. Olive stated the following thing. So I'm new to this kind of project and basically to crypto. I don't know much about it, and I have a basic question. The APY is crazy high. You guys are giving out huge referral bonuses. People are getting paid just to play the game, and so on and so forth. These are all benefits that we as investors will be gaining. How will you guys make money from all of this? And I think this gives another perspective onto how will the team support the token in the future.
Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, supporting the token in the future comes from our system of checks and balances that are put out there, to really sustain the project. It's sustainable. I mean, we're talking about the high crazy APY number, but it's really not. Like, you break it down and it comes out to 2.76% daily, which is completely manageable through our other features such as the Inferno wallet, the PIF, the game treasury, the auto liquidity. um, so I mean, how are we going to make money? Is it from volume, from the tax? These are things in a project, where when you start a company, okay, um, I know several business owners, and they don't even make money for the first 1-2 years. So all good things in good time, man, is all I got to say. What about you, Andy?
Yeah, I've just to add to that, yeah, it's all about expansion, and as it's mainly the developers are wanting to broaden their horizons, and you get developers that they've already got enough money in their pocket, and they just want to make an absolute booming project out in the space. They want to make a name for themselves and get themselves known within the space, and then at a later point they'll start making some income from it. But yeah, that's what it's about as a team, as a whole. We're wanting to focus primarily on the community and help the community to spread this out and make some money along the way.
As expected, yeah, it all makes sense, at least to me. But again, I've been around the space for quite some time now. I thought the answer will definitely help. The beginners. I hope there are some, and if so, I hope this helps you understand how will a team in general make money from the token, especially when they are rewarding the community. as it is, I think it's only fair for us to allow someone to ask a question in the voice chat. So let's take it uh, in a random order. Ali Al Gamil, you are unmuted. Give us your question, sir.
Thank you, sir. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hey, buddy, doing great. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you. I have just quick question, if you don't mind.
Go for it. Shoot.
My question is about the game. This day, every day, we have a new game, a new project, and the market of games it's big, so much big, and everyone it's have money in this market. Are you ready for this step?
Are we ready for this step? Yes, absolutely. 100%. We have a great development team behind us, and we are really pushing this thing forward. I mean, you look at our website, and you can go to a 3D rendition of what it would be like in VR, and you can look a 360-degree view of some of the scenes in the game that we have. They're mock-ups for people to check out. If you look at our commercials that we have, our demo, things like that you really get a sense of our development team and what they're capable of. So I believe it really lends trust to the investors out there that we are here to create this game. We're ready for this step. We want people to come and play. Who doesn't like playing games? I mean, come on, you know.
Yeah, and it's not until once we get past our phase one, if you look at phase two on our roadmap, we've got the final development of the game. So that'll already be in place, and then we've got the final development of the NFTs, and then we'll have the alpha release. We'll have press release marketing about the game and NFTs. So once that comes into effect, it's just going to absolutely blow. So I hope
Yeah,
that
and let's
answers
not forget the governance token that'll be coming out as well. It'll have its own supply. You'll be able to. There's even contests we have running now where biggest buy contest, where you can get into. If you get into the pre-sale, you'll be airdropped tokens when the Peto gem. It's a money sign Peto gem is the crypto tag. Uh, where you'll be eligible for 20% of your investment for the top 500 contributors. We actually have a pre-sale contributor awards. I don't mean to get off topic here with you, Ali, but does that satisfy your question? I'd like to say something after this, if that's good.
Oh no, no, it's nice. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, not a problem, man. So right now we have a pre-sale contributor rewards. Um, so just to go through it, and I'm going to read this off the screen because I can't memorize all this. I mean, we have a lot of good stuff going on. For every contributor, oh, what's
So,
that?
sorry, Mike. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll find the snapshot and I'll share it within the group as well.
Yeah, sure. So every contributor who contributes 500 BNB with a minimum 1 BNB contribution, they will receive 5% equivalent BNB to their contribution sent 24 hours after launch. The We have the VIP club where the top 30 contributors will be in the exclusive VIP group with the Petoverse team, and they'll have access towards the latest information and progression of the marketing and project development. So our biggest investors are going to have an inside line on what's going on in the project before anybody else, which really gives people a chance to invest more, when they know something's coming. That's huge right there. There's a certain word I don't want to use it right now, but it's not related to crypto. So if you know what I mean. The Petagem Club, top 500 contributors, as I mentioned earlier, are eligible for 20% automatically airdropped, or not automatically, but 20% of Petagem will be airdropped to their wallet once the Petagem launches. And that's, like I said, for the top 500 contributors. And then we have a lucky BNB raffle. And I mean, get ready for this, okay? Every contributor that invests 1 BNB or more will automatically be eligible for a 10 BNB reward contest for one lucky winner. I mean, looking at the price of BNB today, you're talking over $4,000 for one lucky winner. Okay, and all you have to do is invest one B&B or more. And think about all those things I mentioned earlier, just before this, that you can be involved in. The VIP club, I mean, that is the most valuable thing I can think of as far as the contest goes in the project, to have that inside track into what's going on with the devs. We have a 5 B&B back. Every contributor who invests 10 B&B or more will be eligible for a 5 B&B reward, and that's for 5 lucky winners, and 1 B&B back. Every contributor who invests 1 B&B or more will be eligible for a 1 B&B reward, and that's for 10 lucky winners. Okay. Uh, th- I mean, I cannot stress enough the pedo VIP club, but all those things are just, just some of the great things we have for our community, and just another way of us to involve the community, get them excited about not only the project, but I know we're going to have investors in there who might not be gamers, but they're into investing, and when they see the amount of people getting on board with the development, I mean, they're just going to want to ape in more, in my opinion. So sorry if that was a little long winded, but I wanted to get that out there. I'm pretty excited about it.
Guys,
Not at all. Not at all.
I've sent the main snapshot within the group. If you guys just want to have a wee look at it, it just shows how much we've got in store and what we want. It just shows how much we're giving back to the community as well for getting involved within this project.
Yeah, please do so. I mean, I'm interested, and I think the community is as well, to pretty much find out everything that there is to know. And yeah, this is why I've tried to read all the questions and see which one did we miss. As far as the chat goes, we may have covered almost all of them. I saw some in regards to the marketing. We kind of covered that, and again, um, I know maybe you guys would like to know more, but it'll all come with time. As far as the marketing goes, Petoverse kind of covered everything until now. Definitely more will come. Let's see. This is an interesting one from Espagaro. I think I mentioned that correctly. He wants to know, and yeah, he makes a fairly good point. There's right now a gap between the traditional gamers, used to your GTA's and your whatever FIFA and stuff like that, and blockchain gamers, and that's a pretty big gap at the moment. How will you guys approach that bridge? Approach that, and how will you bridge it to your to your advantage in the end? How will you leverage your token into attracting more of the traditional gamers over to blockchain games?
As far as I mean, we're creating an ecosystem here. So like I said, we have the Petogem token, which is our governance token, which you'll be able to use in the game, um, which is just a separate feature. But I mean, to go forward to other gamers, I mean, it's a multiplayer game that you can play with people across the globe. So not only is that cool, but we're going to be bringing in different companies, like large companies that can advertise in the game, to put up, different billboards within the town, and things like that. So not only will you have advertisers there who it is a partnership, so they will advertise for us as well. So people will be like, oh, what's this Petoverse, and then they come in and then they see their favorite brand of shoe or whatever, there's their favorite burger company or something like that, and that'll get them interested. And I think it's going to be a very, very seamless crossover between gamers, between blockchain gamers and regular gamers, just to create one large community across the globe, that a game that everybody can love and come and hang out, create guilds with each other, join teams, another word for guilds, and really just have fun. And I think it'll also bring the other gamers over into the crypto world. They'll be like, oh, what's this crypto thing? I'm going to need to buy Petogem to get this, and they're going to learn more about crypto. I think I think it's a pretty neat thing that we've put together here.
Definitely. And I think the answer to that, aside for what you said, and again, this is just my way of seeing things. Um, Personally, I've played so many traditional games, as we call them. At some point, I needed an info, a tutorial of some sort, and then I go online and I search it, and guess what? A video pops up with the random stuff, like a way different game. I'll say at least 9 out of 10. I've downloaded that game just to see what it is. I mean, was my original game, was it their intention to market another one? No. But you go from one thing to the other, and that's pretty much that's the best marketing you can have. And you guys already mentioned you're gonna have ads on so many various platforms, and kind of brings me to my point. You're scrolling down whatever social platform, then you see an ad on Petoverse. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna skip this. But then next day, or maybe an hour from now, you go on a different platform. Okay, Petoverse. Okay, this is interesting. This is the second time I'm seeing this. Let me download it and see what it's all about. And there you go. One customer, five, 10, whatever. It's
Exactly,
the
exactly.
easiest way to approach your your fan base, to expand your fan base, and to market a project. I mean, what better way in the end? That's how I see it.
Sure. I mean, for sure, I couldn't have said it better myself. And we're just gonna bring investor after investor after investor into this project and keep pushing forward. And hopefully for even more projects in the future. Once people see that our the team we've brought together is willing to go the distance and be here for everybody.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, my man. Let's see. Let's have one more question from the voice chat before we wrap this up with our ending statements. Let's see, Jubenga. Let's make one short question, sir. How about that? Allowed to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. I just have a simple question for this team with respect to the game, because I see on the platform you plan to have a great game, which is actually good with the destiny. What would be the great things that will make the game not to be tiring for people that want to play the game at the long run time? And how soon are you planning to release the game after launch?
I don't think I caught the first question, but as far as game development goes,
Okay, I
in
mean,
May
the
we'll.
question, what will be the things that will be incorporated in the game that will make the investors get tired of playing the game with respect to time? And how soon will the game be available for us to play after launch?
Oh, okay. I don't think investors are going to get tired of playing the game with the amount of surprises we have coming. And I can't divulge into some of them, but like I mentioned earlier with the marketing, where we got um, celebrities coming in, and it's a metaverse game. It's multiplayer, across the globe. We'll have, I'm sure we'll have a concert stage where artists can come in and play. The I don't want to give too much away on the development, but as far as the initial stages of the game, uh, the demo will be out after launch, so we're looking at May, and then as the quarters roll through, we'll be moving to the other parts of the development. um, like I said, when you're developing something, you're creating something. It doesn't just happen overnight. People don't get rich overnight. We're not looking for people to come in and pump and dump our project. We're not looking for people to come in and invest in our project and sell right away like that. I mean, yes, we do have a crypto token that we are working with, and yes, we are creating a governance token. But what we are really creating here is a game for people to enjoy, but not only just a game, but a metaverse game for people to come in, connect all over the world, for different celebrities to come in, for different advertisers to come in, and there'll always be continued development. I'm sure down the road after the final release there might be new levels that come in, things like that, but really we're talking about way down the road here. So I hope that
Uh,
answers your question.
Exactly. Aye. The best route is multiplayer, and that's what's gonna prevent players from getting tired from a game. And as Mike was referring to, new levels, and also not to forget the governance token and play to earn functions as well. So it's just a variety of functions that we'll have in place and levels and further development that we've got a lot along the way. If you look into our roadmap and our phases, there's so much more in store as in terms of the gaming. So I hope that answers your question, mate.
Oh, I think that is lovely. The reason why I actually answered the game, asked the question is, this is a gaming project, and games like that, if I actually like the way you said there will be levels, so there won't be any peak level. After this level, there will always be level with respect to the development. So because if people can reach peak level and you keep on doing the same thing all the time, regardless of the reward you'll be getting, I think investors can easily be get tired of it. And also, I would love it if the developers can actually work on it so that the game won't be delayed after launch. Because most of projects like that, what actually kill them is a gaming project, and they will delay the game like some months after launch, and that will actually get investors to lose interest in the gaming in the project where there's no game that they promise to provide. And also, I see some characters. You're gonna get some characters on the roadmap with respect to what I saw. These characters, are they going to be purchased with NFT, or they just characters that we can just get it free while playing the game? The characters on the game, are we going to be purchasing them with NFT, or we're gonna get them free?
Are you gonna get? You're not gonna get the NFTs free. Those are fragments that have their own values that you can personalize your character with. And I think to touch on the actual again, with people getting bored, I think the thing with the metaverse is right, in my perspective, is people come in and not only interaction with other players, they can trade, they can have their own marketplace, they can interact with each other, and I don't think that'll ever get boring.
Okay, awesome. I think that's great. That's a great one. Thanks, Alex. Thanks for the opportunity. Best of luck. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks as well to bring up for the great questions as always. Thanks for the answers, you guys. Now, before we wrap this up, I like to make my own ending statement in regards to the project and the vibe that you guys gave to me, and then I'll give you the floor so that we can close on a high note. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, sounds good.
Go for it, mate.
Awesome. Well, I'll be honest. I enjoyed it. 150%. I'm just super curious to see how will this work. As I've said, the features, maybe we've seen one of them here, one of them there, so on and so forth. We haven't seen them as a whole, um, combined in this way. So this is what's the unique in terms of competition. Sure, maybe there will be some, but once you guys glue everything up together, yeah, definitely, I think you got it for yourself. What I love is that you guys bring vast experience towards the BSC space. Um, the team is there. The team is developed. Maybe eventually you'll expand. Remains to be seen if you need other roles. Combined, you have a lot of knowledge and you encompass a lot of skills that I think can help you guys build this and make it a sustainable project. It's definitely there. You guys bring a lot of things to the table, and with your double docs and audit and so on and so forth, you add another layer to the security of this for everybody who was concerned. I see it bringing stability, and I think this is what the space needs. Yeah, I love it personally. I thank you, and I speak for the community for Phoenix Holdings when I say thanks to you guys out there, to the team from Petoverse, that you guys brought the project here so that we can learn more and understand how it's going to work. Best of luck to you in the fair launch, that's for sure. And yeah, hope to see you guys, rise to fame and success. You have the floor for your ending statement. Sorry for the long comment.
That's fine. Thank you, Alex. Andy, do you want to go first?
Yeah, guys. Yeah, we really appreciate your feedback, and it's just really good to see a lot of positive feedback before we've even launched, and that's what it's all about. And it just really goes to show that we are here for the community within this project. We're not a pump and dump. We've got so much more plans ahead. As we've said before, we've had the BSC scan ads, we've had the PuCoin ads, we've got more AMAs ahead. You're more than welcome to join them and listen in and ask us more questions if you feel you need to. We've had YouTubers involved. We're going to have influencers. Just a whole variation of marketing that we have ahead. And this isn't the end, guys. And there's many projects out in this BSE space that you might see they'll have nowhere near the marketing that we have. They won't even have a game in place or like the roadmap that we have. If you look at our white paper, the list just goes on. It's just an absolutely amazing thing that the team have put together here. And feel free and you're welcome to join our our Telegram group. We've got admins here that are from all time zones, so we'll always be here to help you guys and support you along the way. But yeah, overall, I really thank you for the positive feedback that you've gave us here today, guys.
Yeah, so much positive feedback, and not only here, but within our own community. You, Alex, you were talking about the product features and them working in a synergistic fashion, and they really do. We have the auto staking and auto compounding, which is pretty flashy when you tout out the APY, but when you break it down, it's 2.76% daily. Like I said 3 times now, it's completely manageable given the other features in our project, such as the Infernal wallet, our high burn rate. Remember, guys, we don't have access to that wallet. Um, it's a dead wallet. You add 3% to LP on every transaction. That's 11% that goes back to the community. I can't stress this enough. Combined with the Peto Insurance Fund, Game Treasury, Auto Liquidity Engine, when all this combines, and you throw a fair launch pre-sale on top of it, imagine where we're going as a company. Okay, we look at it as a company. This is not a coin. I mean, it is, but it isn't. This is a development team, something that the space needs. Space needs development teams, and we've had a few of them come in. That's why there's so few of them. There's so few projects out there that really raise the bar for the space, especially with, like we talked about earlier in the AMA, about people who come out with scams. They're just everywhere, right? And that's why there's only a few projects that really rise above everything. And we're one of them. We have everything in line, as Andy mentioned, our marketing. Okay, as I've mentioned, the double KYC, double audit. We are doxed. We are here talking to you. Several AMAs, a lot of projects, as Andy mentioned, don't even have a fraction of this. And people go into it thinking they're investing in something. Well, this is an actual project that you can invest in. The actual development of the project coming through our fair launch, which I'd like to just mention again, is on the 25th at 15 UTC, and that'll go through the 29th at 18 UTC. You don't need a whitelist. You come in, you can invest in the project, but do your own research, guys. Please read our website. Get connected with our socials. Okay, we're on Discord. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Telegram. Obviously, you can go even check out my LinkedIn profile over Mike Flynn. Um, we're here for you guys. Okay, and we're always happy to answer questions over at any one of our socials. And like Alex mentioned, in the future, we would look to expand the team. Right now, we have a pretty big team of dedicated individuals, and of course, as project developments go forth, we would love to bring in new bright minds to help us create. Um, and then just, not only do your own research, but go look up the definition of development. And it takes time, guys. But we're here. We're not going to promise any dates. But I can tell you we are going to stick to the roadmap, and I believe we've put out enough so far that we can start to get a good baseline of investors getting behind us to really push this project forward to make it a household name. But those are my closing comments. Thank you.
Brilliant. Just wonderful to end on such a happy and positive note. Definitely. Thanks a lot for everybody who joined. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, DJ Andy. Congrats to you guys and to the entire team of Petoverse. Uh, Definitely, it was a pleasure hosting you guys. You heard it. Do your own research. If you like what you see, drop in their Telegram, drop in their socials. Everything's posted on Phoenix as well. Again, Alex here. It was a pleasure hosting Petoverse today at Phoenix. Hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Thanks everybody for participating, and bye for now.
Take it easy.
Hey, thanks, Alex.
Cheers.
Thanks you guys. Cheers. Bye.